everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. Excuse me, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Suggest you bring something to write with. We're going to be discussing some raw information. If we were to understand that every experience that we have in this life is the right experience, there is no such thing as the wrong experience. This universe is divinely intelligent and never, ever makes a mistake. Every thought and feeling that you have is the fuel to fire up your spiritual awakening. You simply allow for each experience, give it some space, and it will quiet your mind and open your heart. Each experience is guided to help each and every one of us that we experience these dive deeper inside ourselves so that one magical day we discover our divinity. Knowing this is the path, it becomes so exciting to welcome any experience. What experience, ask yourself, what experience are you having right now? Can you imagine that this is God communicating with you in a mysterious way? Life has never been this exciting. How do we end fear? How do we end it? What is the way that if we were to know it, would we use it? Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King. Do you want to experience a profound state of peace and bliss? I think we all do. Then we would learn what it takes for us to continuously choose love over fear. I've had people say, what is love? The experience of love is what opens you, softens you, makes you smile, laugh, and feel a light, playful innocence inside. It is the most patient, healing, expansive, and calming sensation that you'll find in this universe. The experience of fear is exactly the opposite. It comes from a need to overly control yourself, your mind, a situation, or another person. Fear is a lack of trust, which makes you feel contracted, small, powerless, judgmental, and very serious about everything in your life. If you are unsure whether you're in a state of love or fear, pay close attention to the sensations in your chest and heart area. If your chest feels as if you are embarking upon a 3-month Hawaiian vacation, somewhere in there, you're coming from a place of love. To know how truly divine the experience of love is, we need to experience and understand fear. Fear is a time-bound experience that only enters your body when your mind becomes too attached to certain thoughts. I emphasize the word attached to certain thoughts, needs, and desires that it believes you must have in order to be happy. Fear is always coming from a demanding energy that is mixed with a state of panic. It is not living in a feeling of timelessness or has an infinite quality to it. Fear believes that if this one need, desire, does not manifest, then everything will crumble. When you learn how to have no attachment to any want, need, or desire, then fear simply cannot enter your body or your mind. When you learn, each of us learn how to have no attachment to any want, need, or desire, then fear simply cannot enter your body or mind. It is when we attach or expect, as soon as we begin to do that, we begin to suffer. The more you discover how to live your life from a relaxed, easy, limitless, timeless place that is resting deeply in your heart, the less fear you'll attract along your journey. You can become fearless and unstoppable, unshakable like a mountain by befriending what you fear. In other words, embrace your fear. Face your fear. Walk through your fear. Whatever it is you fear is not what you think it is. When you meet and greet your fear with love, you will feel fully protected by life, always taken care of, just as you did when you were a brand new innocent baby who was emanating pure love. It is from a deep trust in life that is resting in the heart, allowing life's magical unfolding process to play itself out, that you discover a home in your heart that is always free from fear. This fearless heart is what ignites a torch to bring light into the deepest darkness and mystery of your mind. The greatest secret to defeating fear is quite simple, yet it takes precise awareness and consistent practice. The main rule here is never to resist that which you fear. Never avoid fear, nor give it any non-loving attention. Always meet it consciously with gentleness and patience. Fear has come into your life to propel and encourage you to become a brighter, more amazing light being. Fear is a teacher who is pushing your soul further into a state that's exuding tremendous happiness, so you are perpetually beaming with life. Fear is the fertilizer that boosts the exponential growth of your soul, so you actually fulfill your soul's mission here. Once you learn how to place a welcome mat out what you fear, you'll find fear is nothing to be afraid of anymore. There's 3 powerful steps that will definitely assist you to move your life beyond the trap of fear directly into love. Allow fear to show itself in your physical body. Fear may form as a subtle tension in your chest, stomach, or even as a persistent migraine headache. If this feeling could talk, what would it say? Notice where it is coming from without judging or analyzing it. The experience of allowing for it to be here is giving it love. Allow your sensations of fear to be as deep and painful as they need to be. Be with the story of whatever it believes is real, yet know it's just some imagined story and not the bigger picture. Fear is always love in disguise, playing the role of a contracted, needy, controlling, helpless, suffering thought form. Your job, should you decide to accept it, is to allow this lost love to come home and be found. Treat fear like a homeless puppy who needs your love. Allow it to be cuddled, felt, heard, given, whatever loving heart energy you can give it. Let it squeal, moan, whine if it needs to. Just give it all the loving attention it truly needs. If it starts to bark or growl, don't react to it. Just listen to what's beneath its cry. If your fear gets too big to handle, practice sitting back from it, as if you're watching it from the last row of a huge audience. Let it play out its financial or fanatical role on stage. Try to see the grand universal stage on which your life is being played. Notice why you might have manifested this specific fear in your life and what it's teaching you to become and how it is essential for your soul's journey into deep healing. Focus on the space that is around the fear. Don't dwell on your fear by trying to change or fix the fearful thought, feeling itself. Bring your attention to the spacious quality and the actual space that surrounds the fear, which is also allowing it to exist. Giving fear plenty of space and time is giving it love, and the secret to defeating it. Love defeats fear every single time. The energy of fixing it rarely works because it's not coming from a place of infinite patience, gratitude, and love. Nobody wants to be fixed because it makes us believe we are broken. Approach your fear how you would like to be approached. If you were hurting, hold the space around your fear as sacred, so your fear can be felt, seen, and accepted just as it is. Holding space means you are allowing for gentleness, kindness, and a feeling of infinite patience all around it. We all like to be given space with loving patience when we are hurting. Giving space allows the cause and reason for your fear to surface and be healed with a compassion, heart, and ears. By being exquisitely present to your fear, allowing it to exist as it is, you'll find that its contracted energy ends up naturally dispersing into the vast space around it. Simply relax as you become the space that is allowing this fear to be here. Excuse me, now. Let every breath be your prayer. This is the third part. It is a very powerful meditation that will shift your fear forever. On the inhalation of each breath, imagine you are breathing in the darkest aspects of your fear into your heart. On your exhalation, imagine breathing out a beam of white light from your heart into that darkest place of fear. Practice this exchange of dark and light energy until the dark, fearful feeling no longer has a charge and you have no resistance to it. Don't worry about your heart being negatively affected by this exercise. The heart is the greatest alchemist you will ever find. It is always moving energy, blood, through it, so nothing can get stuck in it when you are practicing welcoming that which is not welcome to come in. The great secret for this transformation to take root is realizing all fear is simply an absence of love and a lack of light. It is not anything but the experience of lack itself. Remember, it only takes a candle flame to light up the darkest room in your house. If you're facing a major life phobia, it may take 20 to 30 minutes of breathing before you feel any shift. Your eyes need time to fully adjust to any newly lit dark room. If your fear is subtle, you can feel a healing shift happen in your body in a few minutes with this magical meditation. Just know one thing as you practice. Any scary gremlins you think are hiding in the corners of your mind are also soft childhood stuffed animals who are covered with crust of pain and are deeply needing love. So love vanishes fear. There's no competition. So when you love the fear and hug and nurture the fear is no longer. And what creates the fear? The mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. So it's all connected. It's about learning about who and what we are every inch of the way. And the only way we can do that is by going within and staying within. It isn't a visit. It is your home. It is your natural state of being. It's not something that you just go and visit for a few times and then you leave. It is practicing to be internal, always. Allow fear to show itself in your physical body. Focus on the space that is around the fear. Let every breath be your prayer. How many of us carry fear? I mean, it's every day, isn't it? Small, little, tiny, medium, large, super large. And you ever notice how that fear grips you? I think a lot of us really don't, because we're so, we want to run from the fear. It's that, we just don't care to have that fear. Or your stomach, your everything is discombobulated. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Fear of food. Believe it or not, people have fear of food. Fear of breathing. Fear of not breathing. Fear of living. Fear of not living. Fear of illness. Fear of not illness. You see how it's both ways? And most of us will try to ignore it or hope that it goes away. And have you ever noticed that when one fear is gone, another one fills its place? Have you also noticed that if you're conditioned enough, that you're uncomfortable without fear? You ever ask yourself, how come I'm not afraid of this? Why am I not fearing this? So we can become attached to fear because after a while, for some of us, it feels comfortable. Does that make any sense? Our fear is, for some of us, it gets to become comfortable because when we don't have it, we create it because we have to fill the space where the fear has left with something new, a new fear. What do you believe basically debilitates most of us from standing in what we believe? What is it? Fear. It's fear. And all the fear is connected to the fear. There's one big fear that draws all the other fears. Fear of not having. A lot of us have that fear of not having. Fear of having. Because a lot of people will say, well, I wish I had this. And then when they have it, they fear having it. So just before they have it, they start fearing that they're going to have it. And for a long time, they were fearing that they weren't going to have it. Isn't it ironic that we, as a species, a civilization, and as gods in these bodies, we are constantly figuring out ways of what we can be fearful of. And instead of embellishing ourselves in the love that we are. So fear is an illusion that we create into reality. Okay, we move that energy into form and create it into reality. It starts out as a thought, which is nothing. It's just a thought. But then we embrace it. We turn it into a reality. So then we have the fear. Fear of, it's interesting because we have fear of living and fear of leaving the body. We don't look at things from the love frequency. We don't even think about that. We just think that fear is separate. But when you allow fear to show itself in your physical body, and you focus on the space that is around the fear, and you let every breath be your prayer, and you flood it with love, embrace it, what do you think is going to happen? It's gone. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And part of all of this and everything about us is relaxing these bodies. It's crucial. Most of us have stress along with the fear of stress. And the stress causes so many issues with us. And they're subtle at first because we don't even know it, that the stress is working away. It's like the first thing every morning, the first thing every night. Relax the body. Let go of everything you're hanging on to for dear life. Let go of materialism. Let go, no expectations, no attachments of everything. Because in reality, none of us own anything. We're just renting it. Because when we leave the body, it stays. So you enjoy everything you can while you're in physical form and in deep gratitude that you can. Where's the fear going to be then? So relax the body, head to toe, inside and out. Let it just fall away. Use the hot air balloon. Beautiful, crisp, clear, sunny morning in the fall. And you want to take a balloon ride. But you're in the basket. You can't rise. You can't ascend. That balloon's going nowhere because you've got all that baggage, all that ballast that you literally have connected to yourself. You've got it sitting in your library, your subconscious mind. You've got it in your conscious mind. You have it in your unconscious mind. You have it in your ego. And you're hanging on to all of it. You think that balloon's going to go up into that beautiful sky? It's going to sit there. And then you get fearful of dropping that ballast because you don't know whether or not you want to keep it or not. So you bet, well, I'll just keep it for now. So I'm not going to get rid of it yet. But when you let it go, you soar and you're light. And then you can see the beauty all around you. So drop it. We're magnets. We attract it. We attract all of these things, whether knowingly or unknowingly. So when you do that, the body responds and just kind of sinks into itself. You're in a seated position normally, and you just let it go. And the universe has always got your back 24/7. It will never not have your back. Never, ever. The only reason you believe it doesn't is when you don't trust. Because you fear, what if it doesn't? What's going to happen then? So trust is imperative for yourself. So body will relax, head to toe. Back, bunching, shoulders will drop. You'll feel it in your blood vessels ease and relax. Everything. And when you do this genuinely and you feel it, and you are it, then you move into the now. The body is relaxed. You move into the now, because in the now, the space between heartbeats, in the now, the space between heartbeats, you still the mind, you still the ego, and you still the subconscious mind. You're not in them. They are not running you. You are outside of them by being in the now. And that noise that we all have, that chatter, these incessant thoughts that are flying through us, 24/7, tens of thousands of them, they're not there. Wouldn't you think that would be motivational for us? Self-motivation, where we say, wow, I'm going to stay in the now. I'm going to practice staying in the now, because this silence is golden. It's peaceful. And you can watch those illusions that have been created. You can watch the mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, your library. You watch them all. You see how they operate. You don't judge them, but you view them. And as you view them, you start to learn. I can see where I can use these as tools through my experiences in this life, as assistants rather than masters, because they make horrible masters. We all know that. So in the now, we don't travel in the past and stay in the past. We go in the past, we reminisce, we go into a future that doesn't exist and wonder when, what if, and when, and how. I wonder what would happen if this, and I wonder, when am I going to have this, and when is this going to happen? And that future doesn't even exist, but we're in it. Some of us go into the past, but we stay there too long. And so we take that past, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. This is why we seem like we're going round robin in this life, some of us, because why do we keep ending up in the same place? So the now, the crucial part of being in the now is knowing how to stay in the now. And if you leave the now, how do you get into the now? Your breath, your divine positive energy. The divine positive energy, it calms you, it relaxes you, it eases you, it de-stresses you, it focuses you, it sustains the vessel, the body that holds the kingdom of God. It's super powerful. Absolute. So, we all wander because we have thousands of thoughts that fly by. And when we do wander, once we're consciously aware, I'm wandering, I'm off in these thoughts, you focus on your breath, and I guarantee you will be in the now immediately. And that practice of that, sometimes people practice it hundreds of times a day to keep themselves in the now, thousands of times. So you relax your body. You move into the now. You still the mind, the ego, and the subconscious. You're outside of them. And you focus on your breath. So you witness yourself in a seated position, and you're watching yourself, right? And you see these energy, these wheels of light, 7 of them, beautiful colors, running through the center of your body, and a perfect straight line. But you'll notice that some of them are out of sync or out of formation. That's where you usually will have blockage. And we start with these flowers. They're like flowers, and they have different geometrical shapes in the center of them. And we look at the red wheel of light, the root chakra, the Muladhara. And this deals with our survival, and it is blocked by our fear. So when you see one of these chakras, these energy vortexes, when you see one a little bit out of place, like say your red wheel of light, and you see it's out of place, your Muladhara, your root chakra, you'll know why. Because fear, our survival is blocked by our fear. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is the sacral chakra, the Vadhisthana. This deals with our pleasure. But if it's not in line, it is being blocked by our guilt. You cannot have pleasure if you have guilt. And we create these. Then we move to the golden yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This deals with our willpower, and it is blocked by our shame. And then we move to the emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the Anahata. And this deals with our love, and it is blocked by our grief. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. And this deals with our truth, and it is blocked by our lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light, the Ajna, the third eye chakra. This deals with our insight, and it is blocked by our illusion. And then we move to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. And this deals with our cosmic energy, and it is blocked by our ego attachment. You cannot float up if the ego is running the show. You'll fall deeper and deeper into illusion, which will block your insight. You will move more and more into deception and lies, which will block your truth. You will misunderstand the love that you are because it'll be blocked by your grief more and more. Your willpower will begin to diminish more and more as it will be blocked by your shame. And your pleasure will diminish more and more as it is blocked by guilt. And your survival will diminish as it will be blocked by fear more and more. So as we brought our divine positive energy, our breath, and our God force love light energy, our chi, our ki, our prana, through the center of these energy vortexes, these chakras, we'll hold it at the top of our head, our crown chakra. And we hold them briefly. We are light, we are love, we are God. And in that brief moment, we condense and compress these energies into pure, liquid, omnipotently powerful energy, and we release it over our pineal gland. Now, these glands are important to us while we're in these physical forms because of the fact that they connect us to all the particles of existence, the astral plane, as well as the chakras do, the spiritual plane. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and you're all that there is. And being consciously aware of this is absolutely a must. And it is each of our decision to be that. So you view the pineal however you wish to view it through your heart, mind's motion picture. I see it as a green ball, rosebud. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it just expands into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals and a beautiful fragrance, wonderful. And it's sending out shimmering waves of deep, eternal peace within you. It wakes it up. You become clear and consciously aware that you are this deep, eternal peace. And then that reveals the love that you are. And there's no fear. And there's no judgment. There's just absolute bliss. That's your home. That really is your home. What's out there is all an illusion. We are as well in a conscious state of awareness of who and what we are. We're learning who and what we are every single second that we're in a conscious state of awareness. We are aware consciously that we're of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. It is our core being. It is our divine perfection that vibrates these frequencies of which we are. Nothing outside vibrates them inside you. It doesn't come from the outside in. It is from the inside out. The body that your soul is in. The heart mind. The God force love light energy. The pure consciousness. Source creator. The higher self. The spirit. The soul. One. And consciously aware, knowing that you are heaven on earth. Each of us are. And that every step we take, we're creating paradise. This isn't an illusion. This is a reality of the divine perfection that we each are. How can you not create paradise? How can you not be heaven on earth? You cannot not. Heaven on earth, creating paradise, and flooding the light of the gods that we are onto all of us. Eternal, always. And this is what's creating a massive shift in consciousness of this planet and this civilization into a higher existence of deep, pure, eternal love and gratitude. So the planet will glow, and the civilization will ascend. We have other facets and other reflections of ourselves everywhere. It's everywhere. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus Christ, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. And both of these parts of us are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Archangels are a civilization vibrated at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But we meet with them in this life all the time. And they always are sending a certain way, a certain message. And the message always comes to one point of light. And that message is, it is absolutely spectacular to be alive in this body. It is a true joy. Whether the experiences be good, bad, or indifferent, it is always a joy to be alive in these bodies. It is an absolute blissful experience, good, bad, or indifferent. The gratitude floods our existence. It is part of what we are and who we are. Deep gratitude, 24/7. A large number of the angels can surround us at any one time because their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And they're teaching us, and we're teaching them. We're all parts of each other, learning from each other. The Ascended Masters, they've mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure God form, pure consciousness. We have ascended into physical form, or mastering physical form, and we're creating our experiences to perfect our creation and learning about who and what we are, and that we are the light. So that when we do leave the body, we don't follow the light, we are the light. Parts of the collective consciousness are asleep. Other parts are awake. We are constantly working in a joyful direction to make any way possible, shape, form, that the frequencies of those that are asleep begin to increase so that they become awake. So therefore, any of the ones that we call upon in this meditation, only those that are consciously aware. So we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this civilizations. They come in the trillions, gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills the universe, this universe. They come in trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes, every direction. And they are consciously with us now. This is massive energy from the collective consciousness. And we're all bathing in each other, in it, of it, from it. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, all these civilizations. And yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light, in the full liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials, everywhere, every existence. And yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, of full liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that was just kind of a smidgen of awareness are the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension
freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they come in uncountable numbers, and they are with us consciously now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation. And only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, and forming the circle of light. And we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in colors, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations which we've never seen before. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. So we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods one, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance, prosperity. And we're all one. And we're all love. And we're all God. And our God, force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. All of us immediately form a circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Where is this light from? It is from the God force, love, light, energy that we are all of and from. It's at the core of our being. It is the love, the joy, the bliss, the peace, the tranquility, the gratitude. It is a divine perfection. This light is so brilliant and bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. And we're flooding this planet in its liberation. We are flooding it with the God force, love, light, energy. It is flooding everyone, everything, all life, the highest supreme value in the universes. It is eternal. It's flooding everyone, those awake, those asleep. Everything. See it in your heart, mind. Feel it. See the vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude continually ascend. We begin to levitate above the planet as a circle of light, as it continues to flood everything. And we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It's every color that's even imaginable, flickering and flashing amongst all of us gathered in this meditation as part of the collective consciousness. And when we look close enough, they're little mirrors reflecting all of us, all of the different facets and aspects of all of us gathered consciously in this meditation. We immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds us all that always, eternally, we are imbued with a white fire armor, a God force love light energy that emanates from within each and every single one of us. We shine our light out. It protects us always. There are no demons, no attachments, no infiltrations. Nothing externally can even come close to us because they threaten themselves through extinction of vaporization because of our high frequency of the deep eternal love, God force, love, light energy. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, anger, envy, greed, fear, disgust, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, just enough to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all those lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, and we send them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Even their essence is gone. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can harmonize, cleanse, and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high of deep eternal love and gratitude. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds each and every one of us that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sky and the clouds. We are the trees and the forests. We are the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the streams. We are all the animals. We are everything. So the next time you're in awe of such a beauty of a sunset or a sunrise, an ocean front, a river flowing, a snow falling, the reason you're in such awe of its beauty because you are the beauty. You're the awe. You're divine perfection. We continue as this circle of light flooding everything eternally with deep eternal love and gratitude. We continue to ascend above this planet. And as we do so, some of us step out of our physical form, if we're carrying physical form, and float effortlessly, hover effortlessly above them. And we immediately come upon this massive crystalline light tower. It's larger than the solar system. We created it. In the center of the column, there is an oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white light shimmering and sparkling, and it's sending out a wave, a mist of golden particles saturating all of us inside and out, head to toe. This is deep eternal love. And surrounding it are a multitude of colored bands of light. And they are all doing the same, sending these waves of mist penetrating, saturating all of us, head to toe, inside and out, of gratitude, of peace, of joy, of no fear, of no attachment, of no expectations, of bliss. And these are all reflections of who and what we are. We look at the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, flooding and saturating all of us in deep eternal love, always, as it continues to do. All of us are drops of this ocean, and we all hold the essence of it, and the ocean is the drops, and the drops are the ocean, and the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We all created this sphere nearly 3 years ago. It holds well over 1,200 of our meditations in perpetual motion. All of us gathered on and off world, hundreds of millions, in this meditation for the liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, and all of its civilization, into the higher realms of deep eternal love and gratitude, of paradise, of bliss, of joy, of heaven on earth, a glowing planet. In all these meditations, never fading, always strengthening, flooding and saturating all life, the highest value in the universes. This is why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. You feel it. And allow fear to show itself in your physical body. Focus on the space that is around your fear. Let every breath be your prayer. No expectations, no attachments. Walk through it. Saturate it with love. And the it shall be no more. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out.
Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move slowly and easily. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And with your fears, only love can extinguish your fears. Only love. The highest frequency of all frequencies. The highest of the highest high. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and into the following morning. We will be back here tonight at 9 p.m. for the Time for Change call. And we'll be back here Thursday, February 11th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.